Inequality is happening under our MP Richard. What? That's something that really bothers me. Real corruption in point 14. I need to know the extent of it. Well, you know, I thought a SAP alone has cheaper contract. It was brought to my knowledge that the whole PNM executive, which is located in the market, have cheaper contract. It wasn't brought to my attention that the current mayor, Mr. James, is the chairman on the executive committee.
Oh my God!
It was also brought to me he have a secret contract also, plus other things. So why all these iniquities happening under our MP Richard Watch? It is also alleged and brought to my attention that the contractor that is building the Fanny, that completed the Fanny Village Primary School and building the fire station from Vancouver side, brought a Prada for our MP, Mr. Richard, and it is hiding at the moment by some fat man. If this is true, these people not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member of Parliament for Point 14.
These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member of Parliament for Point 14. That we're going to have the swearing of 4 aldermen, as well as our mayor and deputy mayor.
That the whole PNM executive have cheaper contract. These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office. People not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office. The current mayor, Mr. James, is the chairman on the executive committee. It was also brought to me he have a secret contract also, plus other things. These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office.
Office of the Member of Parliament, Refuting, how may I help you?
Good morning. Can I speak to
Afternoon.
Can I speak to Mr. Richards, please? Idas! Okay, Idas! 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 Yeah, you come here, call me an ass, right? Okay. Yep. But you cut down the fence, you cut it down and you come in. Yes.
Office of the Member of Parliament, Refuting, how may I help you?
Good morning. Can I speak to
Afternoon.
Can I speak to Mr. Kennedy Richards, please?
Speak to who?
Kennedy Richards.
Mr. Richards, he's not in office at the moment.
Could you
Can I take a message?
Yeah, could you contact him and tell him his mother-in-law is on the land where I live in here and cussing me and getting on here and saying that Kennedy is she father mother son-in-law, he can't do that. She not living here. I build a place here and she getting on here with me on the land here. She come throwing thing on the land. If I catch she throwing thing on the land.
Okay, ma'am, what is your name and number?
293-1821 Kennedy I Kennedy 1821.
1821.
I Kennedy mother I Edith and Delfish White man. I Kennedy mother-in-law sister.
What's your name, sorry?
Edith and Delfish Wiseman.
Edith. Okay, alright.
Can I speak to Mahalia?
No, I just came in the office. Today's the military parade. I now walked into
Because
the
what she did, she cut down the fence and all. She cut down the fence and come in here.
Okay, alright. So as soon as the manager come, I will let her know, okay?
Okay.
Alright? Okay, thank you.
These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member.
That's something that really bothers me. Real corruption in point 14. I need to know the extent of it. Well, you know, I thought a SAP alone has cheaper contract. It was brought to my knowledge that the whole PNM executive, which is located the any market, have seat of contract.
Good night to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Good night to all on sundry. Tonight we are going to dive into a very, very, very serious conversation. Now, during the course of this weekend here, we would have headed to Port of Spain. And again, we would have pointed out, we would have been there and seen certain things that is taking place. In Trinidad and Tobago, we have a government that have been ruling Trinidad and Tobago for the past 68 years. They was predominantly the one that was leading the direction of Trinidad and Tobago as to where it is, so they have to take all the blame. Now tonight we, as I say, we were in the area Port of Spain. We are going to play that tape there for you. Now these are areas that people don't really pass through, so. But we're going on this journey with you here today. And we will show you the dilapidated infrastructure that existed in Port of Spain. And just to say in the least, we can't be having a government that coming on social media and trying to mamaga you. Yes, you. Coming on social media to mamaga you, the people at Trinidad and Tobago. And then when you're done, you're still going and vote for them. Nah, this can't take place. As I say, we're going straight into this video. It's a place that you can't even say wear her camera because you we was lucky. Nelson Street. This is through the area Paul Street. See the people going on there, we have to hide the camera.
Here is, I think it's here for the book come and you're showing gun hole in the wall. Southeast Port of Spain. Imagine going to school as good, but imagine doing a secondary school around here.
Imagine going to secondary school around there.
What is we doing is we watching from upstairs here. And watching from inside the camp.
This is true Port of Spain, right? A stone throw Parliament keep. So we want to know if the minister, these people and them are immune to this. But you see what we had also go through? This is in Port of Spain.
Now we in Port of Spain. Tell them which pathway is which way is it? I'm really a man that was up there for some time. So tell me which pathway is it?
George Street Market.
George Street Market.
George Street.
And this is just an example that we pass on here just for you to see where we are. Conditions on the streets. That this is a real thing that taking place here in Trinidad. There's no game, there's no other media house that trying to sensitize or trying to hold people for sedition for certain things. There is a real place here in Trinidad and Tobago, and we see the conditions as per the people here. And what we are saying is that this is a total failure. $59 billion in the budget does be spent every year. And this is the condition of our citizens, because number one, the administration that is there have no vision for the people at Trinidad and Tobago. I know you might want to expound on that 2 minutes.
I don't feel the administration cares. I am baffled. I am baffled by PNM supporters, because you're a PNM supporter here because a Negro person or African person like yourself appears to be in control of the government, but how? I'm not seeing when Negroes have benefited. When I come to areas like this, when people in PNM stronghold communities call us to highlight things in the area. I remember speaking to a guy on this exact street, a community activist, and he explaining to me that one child out of a community, similar to what took place in Beaton, where one person got through to do law and the whole community was happy about that, and then Ishmael was, I don't think he put it across properly. But what he was basically saying is he does not, I do agree with him, he doesn't understand how one person from a community could get to do law. And that be a big thing in other communities where every 2-3 houses is a lawyer. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the point he was, as I say again, I don't think he was that good, but that's the point he was trying to make. Why all of us as an entire what's better? One man in a community to drive a Benz, or everybody in the community to drive Benz? Which one is better? If one man in a community is driving a Benz, that means that community is a deprived community. If everybody in that community is driving a Benz, it's an upscale community. I think that is what he was trying to say. Don't focus on one person getting through to do law. Similarly, as I said wrong here, a gentleman explained to us that one person from the community got to go a convent school. And I was looking at, bro, look how much people here. So what about all these other people? What about all those children going Southeast Secondary School right around the corner there? What about them? What about their lives? How much children from there getting a scholarship? That is the real problem there. And that is the problem with crime in this country. There's too much inequality. You have too many people living in poverty next to people who have mansions.
Yeah. And they hearing and seeing what the next person driving, and they're saying to themselves, why doing that are in this position? And sometimes not all, The system designed for certain people to fail, and that is a fact.
But worst of all, you're living in a community, you have somebody sitting next to you, who you would go to school with your class or whatever. That person gets a job in the oil industry before the great PNM closes it down. One of these days we will get to the bottom of why they did that. A lot of people are alleging that it's because of the size of the union, that unity. That is why they closed it down. But anyway, and you know it was brighter than the person, and they get an oil field work, and they end up with things, and you don't have, and them have, and that is the problem there. This inequality has to stop. We have to take care of people as a whole. As a whole.
And that is what we're saying when we tell you, stop vote the PNM without criterias. It's about time that we put a certain mechanism in place or hold them accountable for when we choose to vote for them, that this is what we're supposed to get in return. Anytime you just put a crap in a soup without telling them, all right, this is what we expect from you, or that. Anytime we continue to do that, we will always get this result. And that's why we are saying, stop voting PNM. You see my partner? I want you to vote for him in the next election. I'm going to tell you who he is. He's not here right now. So that we out.
Now, what we would have just shown you there is a tape as to where we were in Port of Spain just 2 days ago. Now, today is the 15th, today is the 16th, sorry. 17th, really jail is this? Today is the 17th of June 2024. Now, in stark contrast, now all these things here is taking place in Port of Spain. Not far from the parliament. And here what we are saying, how come none of them ain't seen this? All these things are taking place within Port of Spain area. And here is what we are telling ourselves, that we are living in a country that we don't have to worry. We just go and vote and hope for the best. That is what we're telling ourselves in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me just go and vote and hope for the best. And this is the condition of our country. There are people on one side are multi-millionaires, and there are people on the next side are in diverse poverty. The middle class, that is the end of that. That is the end of that. And we are not getting any better. In fact, we are getting worse. And now is that time. Just like in the 1970, the only how we could come out of this is to band together. It's to band together and form ourselves in groups and demand a better governance in Trinidad and Tobago. For years, we in Trinidad and Tobago would have given our vote as black people to a government that is not giving us no value. None whatsoever. And we are seeing stalwarts all over the airways that at the end of the day they're trying to put the government in the best light ever. And we would have picked up on a conversation that would have taken place today on a particular radio station, in which we would have went back. And here is some of the excuses that we just get. We now show you. Poof! Now we are going to show you some of the arguments that some of these people and them, these sycophants and them. This is an argument that we would have picked up on a radio station. Misinformation, my backside.
Call me after the show, so you know, I normally leave a number that you can call me after the show. If you wish to be part of the foundation or part of what we're doing, you can call me after the program.
Yeah, it did coming up.
307-5703, 307-5703, and be part of the community transformation that we're doing in the community of Embarcadero, and even this program, as we highlight the positive in this country. We're talking now about how we need to resist efforts at distraction and deflection. Resist the efforts to take us away from the positive things that are going on in the society, and not be fooled or be ensnared by persons with other agendas that may not be in keeping with things that elevate. And one of the strategies that people in the public space use is that of deflection, distraction. And I'm using the example of the media story covering the Prime Minister's post-cabinet briefing, and what the story highlighted, what was said in passing or in parentheses became the main story. And what is interesting is that whether we learn from history and not allow the same strategy to ensnare us, and as I say, take us down a rabbit hole. Pastor Google, before the break, I was asking you your thoughts, and you told me that you were at that media conference, the press briefing.
Yeah, I was at that press briefing when the Prime Minister was giving his explanation and stuff like that. No, I listened to Mr. Martin Daly on another Martin George. Sorry, why I say Martin Daly? Martin George on another frequency, giving his explanation, and and I laughed. Why I laughed? Because you could see where he was trying to portray the Prime Minister as being a bully, because he was saying things, and this is just me, I could be wrong, but he was saying things that the Prime Minister wasn't even alluding to or saying to me, based on my sitting and listening to the Prime Minister in person. The Prime Minister was passionate because he was about, hey, we need to get more rooms because we want to boost the tourism in Tobago. And the Prime Minister was, but I heard Mr. George. I heard Mr. George. I was like, I was at another place or something. Did I miss something? But then that's why I shared with you what the EMA said, and that's when I realized that the EMA did not hear what Mr. George heard.
The EMA gave a well-informed, thoughtful response. And I think we need to put everything together so that we have to make informed choices, and we have to come to conclusions based on what is in our best interest, yes, what is in the best interest of the country, so that the EMA response is well structured and said, listen, we welcome any changes, modifications of the act, because of course it's 20.
Now, that was a conversation that we would have picked up on a particular radio station. Now, you would have seen the bandwidth in which we are speaking about. Now, they are trying to sell the Prime Minister as some good fella. They are trying to sell the Prime Minister as a man that cares about people. They are trying to sell the Prime Minister as somebody who godlike. I want to know if Google or whoever barbecue, according to my partner, I want to know if this person living in Trinidad. I want to know, because there are certain things here now where we will come out and play, because I want to know if you all are forgetting this. That is why I want to know, you know.
Very carefully. And they want to know why we have not diversified the economy. Just drink your rum and get on my face. I choose my word very carefully. You could behave as an effective opposition leader. I think the country is better for that. But geometry is not really the way to deal with these things. Kamala Prasad, Bisesa, and the UNC go and put that bill where the monkey put the nuts. You see these boots I'm wearing? We, the farmers of Tobago and Texas, we call them shit kickers, right? And I'm hoping that I'll meet Dr. Munilal today, but I haven't met him so far. Take it in your pooch. And a golf course like a woman. You got a groomer every day. Or a pooch east. Want to talk about party elites and meet him outside on the pavement. Bring him, bring her, with licks in the waist, licks in the face, and licks all over the paper place. And then that, you call on the Prime Minister to do something about crime. I'm not in your bedroom, I'm not in your choice of men. That is tantamount to hugging up a porcupine to go to bed. Because I will tell you, like she loved me, like she loved no other man. Well, I can tell you all something. Every month I get my salary. I work very hard for it. I am in no position to take $1. I want every cent I work for, and I want it on time. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Sucking from the nipple of the Prime Minister, figuratively. Figuratively. To rape us with an umbrella, and worse, to open the umbrella. And she could jump high, she could jump low. She could drink this, she could drink that. She could back me down, because I didn't know she can. And you will see government ministers who came into office looking like Miss Howard Chat.
Prime Minister, I'd like to take the conversation to a more social realm, the social climate. You look on social media.
It's Christmas time, we should have some drinks then.
Well, perhaps of the non-alcoholic flavor.
Well, that is not drink. And if I have to go to jail as a result of not responding to you in 14 days, come, I'm ready to go. I'm coming to the conclusion that it's all about respect. All about respect. If we're raising children, boys and girls, we start there to teach them to respect. And if we're in the workplace or if you're on the street talking to strangers, it's about respect. It's just shut your mouth and let your man to be able to strive.
Now, people, Now, as I say, we would have listened to those political stalwarts and them to try to sell the Prime Minister as somebody that nice, somebody that cares, and all those events in which we would have just played would have taken place right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Now we have to ask ourselves one question. Why are they deliberately not bringing up stories like this? Now, from the voice of the individual that's speaking there, he would have confessed on national radio that he have a bias. Yes, you, Pastor Google, he would have confessed that he have a bias. And what we are going to do now is play that tape. Yes, he do that, he do that. You see, coming here on social media and feel that, you know, you could come out here and say what you want and nobody listening to you. That is something. That we are well prepared to play.
And it's the first time you all was the people see only for who you all are. And it's the first time you all were so shocked to see that people seeing straight through all your. Just like all of us see straight through me. I didn't claim to be balanced, and I will never claim to be balanced. Claim to be all of us see straight through me. I didn't claim to be balanced, and I will never claim to be balanced. Right? I'll say exactly why for. Cool, but.
How that sound like the pastor, so?
Yeah, like the pastor talking in the crowd.
Okay, alright. I didn't know. I just got a voice.
The fake pastor.
I am not even going there.
Now we have a pastor that come on the national radio and would have claimed that I never claimed to be balanced. Now you have to understand that this thing here, anytime news coming from this individual, views and insight, or you have to understand that this man would have confessed it on national radio and say he not balanced. Yes, you, Pastor Google, you come out on national radio on a talk show program giving your views on things, talking like if I saw autonomous, as if I saw unbalanced, and only to confess to the people of Trinidad and Tobago that he is a fraud. You ain't balance at all. There is what going on there. And here I telling you, many of you would have been listening to the influence of that individual as somebody that come in with information that you could depend on his breakdown of the society in Trinidad and Tobago and he would have confessed it on national radio. You want to play bad? We're going back again. We're going and play the tape.
The people see only for who you all are. And it's the first time you all were so shocked to see that people seeing straight through all you. Just like all of us see straight through me. I didn't claim to be balanced, and I will never claim to be balanced.
Now you hear that for yourself. I have never claimed to be balanced. I never claimed to be balanced. But whose side are you really on as a pastor? Coming all over social media, touting the word of God, preaching the word of Almighty God with a bias. Nah. The people at Trinidad and Tobago in here what was just said. A pastor, a man of the cloth, a man who professes to himself to know God, and saying he one-sided, he's not balanced. So what word are you speaking, Pastor Google? What word are you speaking? And to what end? Or to what God you are serving? My God!
The people see only for who you all are. And it's the first time you all were so shocked to see that people seeing straight through all you. Just like all of us see straight through me. I didn't claim to be balanced, and I will never claim to be balanced.
I didn't say it, innit? No, I didn't say that at all. That was the words of Pastor Google. I didn't come and claiming my own thing. I didn't say it is me who say that. And anytime anybody is religiously listening to the views and the comments of such individual, there is a man that telling you he's not following after God. There is a man that telling you that he's not on the side of Almighty God. There is a pastor who would have get caught up in a philosophy that is not good for the people at Trinidad and Tobago. And that is why we are coming here to speak to you, to counteract some of these nasty, stinking narratives that have been perched all over through the airways. And now they're coming and claiming that what they are saying is true. The narrative that they are giving you is false. Understand that? Look.
What Mr. George heard.
The EMA gave with the ad that we just played. Feel free to call me after the show. So, you know, I normally leave a number that you can call me after the show. If you wish to be part of the foundation or part of what we're doing, you can call me after the program at 307-5703, 307-5703, and be part of the community transformation that we're doing in the community of Embarcadero, and even this program, as we highlight the positive in this country. We're talking now about how we need to resist efforts at distraction and deflection. Resist the efforts to take us away from the positive things that are going on in this society and not be fooled or be ensnared by persons with other agendas that may not be in keeping with things that elevate. And one of the strategies that people in the public space use is that of deflection, distraction. And I'm using the example of the media story covering the Prime Minister's post-cabinet briefing, and what the story highlighted, what was said in passing or in parentheses became the main story. And what is interesting is that whether we learn from history and not allow the same strategy to ensnare us and, as I say, take us down a rabbit hole. Pastor Google, before the break, I was asking you your thoughts, and you told me that you were at that media conference, the press briefing.
Yeah, I was at that press briefing when the Prime Minister was giving his explanation and stuff like that. No, I listened to Mr. Martin Daly on another Martin George, sorry. Why I say Martin Daly? Martin George on another frequency, giving his explanation, and and I laughed. Why I laughed? Because you could see where he is. He was trying to portray the Prime Minister as being a bully.
Now, you hear that the people at Trinidad and Tobago. Can we take the words of that pastor's song when we would have just played the two tapes concerning the individual and he's touting a particular doctrine and talking about fairness? He's talking about things that we mustn't listen to, that the media outside, the mass media, is trying to manipulate you. And he would have said it explicitly in one of his tapes that he is one-sided. I didn't say it, you know. That was said by the individual. And with that, I find I'm beating this too much, you know. Now, there's a particular story here that is going on in the area of Point 14. A story in which we would have just played for you concerning the MP within the area. And it have a plethora of evidence that we are going to divulge to you, because there was a land issue that would have been taking place within Salic Trace, and we was called there to be the mediators because the individual was frightened. The individual had a problem with family members in which we was there. We would have seen this thing firsthand. We would have been speaking about this, and here what take place. Based on the information that we would have gathered there, and the talks and the conversation with the different individuals, they would have tried for us to take down these things. Now we would have taken down the published copy. The management of the channel would have taken down the published copy, but not knowing that we have the raw footage here. And we would have reached out on several occasions to the sitting MP within the Point 14 area as to verify some of these things. And the raw footage is here for you to see. A land issue. A land issue. Now what we are going to play here is what you force me to do it. This is what you force me to do. Now this woman here had a parcel of land that do not belong to none of the individuals involved in it. That concrete structure there, she would have gotten permission as the thing. Now we're going to play the raw, unedited version here for you, that you could see for yourself. And we have several. We have several of this. had to do it. We had to do what we had to do.
When my mother was sick, she never see about my mother. She never see about my mother.
She's not entitled to you.
She never see about my mother because she, oh God, they take my she never see about my mother, right? The only thing she do, she bury my mother. Look all my documents here, let me show. Just I'm put on a mask. Don't show my face to me, please. Just wait. But she I don't come quite back. You come here to make bacchanal.
You okay about that? You come to fix it.
Yes. And she has me in court. It's about
Would I be paying this electricity?
my brother has to show all the four documents he make. And all that I have to show you.
Yeah, that's
And not living here, he never live on the land. You see that no house here, eh? Never live on the land. Never live on the land. And put thing there, he live in America. He never live on the land. And when Belgrove call him, when my mother and Belgrove call him, he never come to bury my mother. Take a picture, eh? Put it with the lodge. Look up, look up all this. What she come down here for? What she come down here for me back and for? And me and you put me in court. Not me put you in court.
Walk on the arm.
Let's take this too. Look at this. Yeah, take it too.
These Rosal fish.
Yeah, look when the young come. She what bring she?
See about that.
Oh, you look all my documents here?
You want to each other Rosal for
What going on there, brother?
Look all my documents here. Let me show you the kind of money I used to pay for my mother. Let me show you. The money come to watch. Only watch. Let me show you receipts. Let me show you. Let me show the world that. Watch this. Watch the kind of receipts. All doctor paper, all kind of thing. What's the receipts here? All the doctor paper. Watch. I used to pay you. Watch everything. Only watch. I used to see about my mother. Washing my mother clothes. Everything. Watch receipts.
No, but you have receipts. You see them receipts?
Watch them things. Only watch these things.
This going on stand up.
I used to get my mother's pension. Only watch receipts. 3,000 was she pension. And an old man, I used to take the money from an old man to put on the next 2,000.
Yeah, boy.
What them things? What them things? So going to the hospital to look for my mother is me. She put me in court, but she down here this morning to make bacchanal with me. And she come with my, and that nephew.
5,000.
That nephew, he want to put up a sign there. What happened on the next car?
We don't care about that.
Make sure I get a man tape from the please.
Yeah.
You can zoom it up.
You have me in court. What are you doing on here? Coming to fight for land.
You have to pick up your bag and things.
You see the one with the value at it? You see the one with the stop. Hold on one.
Big man. What are you doing? No, I don't have the time yet. I just was speaking man, they will listen man there too, right? So maybe now that was a serious land dispute that was taken there.
Right? You maybe didn't supposed to be here, right? But let me tell you this.
No, leave that girl there because they're not lying. You share home.
Hey, don't study them, boy. Anytime somebody tell you that you may be here for the truth, right? So I was taking care of this property for this lady. Of course, we support here first. Right, I was the last one living here. I'm a matter of fact, I was the last one living here, right? And the allegation is them burn down the house to get me out of the house, right? So I have my own house, but I watching this land here for my aunt, through my grandmother, to see if anybody have it.
Now concerning this land dispute here, in which we was covering on April 12, 2023, these sworn affidavit concerning the people there that was present. Even myself. Now I ain't gonna go into the affidavit from the rest of individuals. Now, when we would have brought these information on the forefront concerning what would have taken place there, we would have been sent legal notice from the MP that is in point 14, because we would have made certain statements which was said to us in front of witnesses on the 12th of April 2023. Now, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the affidavit of I. Renison Jeffrey, residing at Labre, duly sworn, dispose and says as follow. I am a host on the Workers' Rights platform on YouTube, and I am competent to make this affidavit. On April 2nd, I was present at a land dispute in Gonzal Village, Trinidad and Tobago, in the presence of Cillian Delfish, Valerie Delfish, Edithon Delfish, and Hazel Delfish, and 4 other witnesses. Names I do not wish to recall, do not wish to call. 3. During the gathering, Cillian Delfish explicitly stated in the presence of the aforementioned, including myself, that he is employed by MP Kennedy Richards' office in point 14. Valerie Delfish, in the presence of all the aforementioned individuals except Mr. Richards, confirmed that Cillian Delfish is the son and the mother of Shade Richards, who is the spouse of Kennedy Richards. Now, the thing about this whole thing, you know, people that say black man fighting black man. First, when we would have first aired this story, it was based on settling a dispute. It wasn't to see who could pee further than who. And the plethora of evidence that we have and the witnesses that we have in this matter, we are operating without fear or favor. There was several people there that could corroborate this story. And there is no joke thing here, you know. I want you to understand what's taking place, you know. We would have aired this story for you, the public, to see. And let me tell you something. Anytime this would have happened to any one of you, we would have done the same thing. We would have aired story as to protect some of you. And we ain't going in further either. Because we could go in and show footage as to a meter that was missing from there. And statement that was... And there's a lot of statement. Now I could go into all the affidavit here from the individuals that was there. And we could go into footage after footage. But at the end of the day, you know about this, Kennedy, because you would have write us and asked us to take down the video. And we would have written you from since. We would have written you from since March 25th, when we would have heard this story first. the 25th of March 2023. We would have aired the story and still we right here. On the 17th of April 2023, we would have again right here on the 16th of July 2023, the 11th of August 2023, the 20th of August 2023, the 4th of October 2023, and the 3rd of October 2023. We would have written you concerning this. And for Christmas, you would have sent a pre-action protocol letter for us. Hobbs and Associates send the pre-action protocol letter. Just now, I want to go into it for you. I want to go into this pre-action protocol letter here. I want to go into it. I want to go into this pre-action protocol letter.
And we agree not to breach the code of secrecy. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. We're going to kill you politically. We're going to kill you politically.
As this government continues to champion crime and criminality in this country. As this government continues to champion crime and criminality.
A mafiosi code. We keep each other's secret. It's only when you break rank, you go there and expose us, and for that, we're going to kill you politically. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. As long as we stay together, we will survive together. And we agree not to breach the code of secrecy. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. We're going to kill you politically. We're going to kill you politically.
As this government continues to champion crime and criminality in this country. As this government continues to champion crime and criminality.
A mafiosi code. We keep each other's secret. It's only when you break rank, you go there and expose us, and for that, we're going to kill you politically. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. As long as we stay together, we will survive together. And we agree not to breach the code of secrecy. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. We're going to kill you politically. We're going to kill you politically.
As this government continues to champion crime and criminality in this country. As this government continues to champion crime and criminality.
A mafiosi.
Now to you, the people at Trinidad and Tobago. Now this letter here is a pre-action protocol letter that was sent to us by the MP in Point 14, by Hobbs and Associates. That is what was here. We will post it up on the screen. Now, it marked there in a Senate same address. And then it go on to say, Dear Miss Aguilera. And it go out to list a number of things. So from the time we see Dear Miss Aguilera on this piece of documents, apparently like Hobbs and them wasn't serious in what they was sending for us here. Because you address it to somebody else that is not me. This here, Dear Miss Aguilera, is not my name. And now you would have gone in from the time I see Dear Miss Aguilera, we pull this aside. Because we wanted to know what this kind of nonsense is that we are having here. And now you would have listed a lot of things on this thing here, which was 14 things. And we would have read out this here national on this channel here as the things that they say that we infer. Or you have to understand the words of a lawyer. You know? They say we infer these things. And the courts of Trinidad and Tobago take this bullshit. Instead, they consider the factor of shifting the burden of proof to us, in which they would have started, yes, we went and apologized, not because we're guilty. We would have apologized and stated within the apology that we know we didn't infer these things. And the courts, as again of Trinidad and Tobago, would have taken this bullshit piece of document here and charge us for it. They would have said that we are guilty for apologizing. And the person here would have labeled the factor that if we apologize, everything done. So what do you think? As a person that don't like conflict, as a person that not in conflict, we would have come out here and apologized to the said gentleman, although we are in the possession of a lot of information. And we didn't go public in it. We tried to reach out to the brother. We tried to have conversations with the brother. And the brother wasn't on that. And we could go into one of his statements here when he was sworn into mayor, that same Kennedy Richards. It is not a one-man show. It is not a one army. We will meet as a team, all members of council. We all have goals and aspirations, and we all want to see Point Fortin reach a better place. And together we will formulate a plan. And that was the words of the said gentleman. And seeing and knowing that from what the gentleman would have said, we here would have written the individual on the 25th of March 2023, on the 17th of April 2023, on the 16th of July 2023, on the 11th of August 2023, on the 20th of August 2023, we would have even made phone calls to the gentleman. On the 4th of October 2023, on the 23rd of October 2023, we would have also made phone call to the said gentleman concerning incidents or things that is taking place around his neighborhood. And the said gentleman would have tried, would have not seen it fit to answer the response or some of the concerns that the people are having with him in Point Fortin and with the administration, in which we cannot prove in it. But we had no other way, because down till this week here, as I would have shown you, I would have shown you these two screenshots, that we would have tried to reach out to the gentleman. The man is not answering his phone. He is not interested in answering, because I could prove here that I was calling the gentleman. And this thing is not a game here for me. I know this thing serious. I know at the top of at the end of the day, how far certain things could go in. I would have seen journalists in Trinidad and Tobago that would have lost their lives for bringing facts to the table. I know what's going on here. I know what is taking place. I know what it is to be on a walk and people telling you, hey, you know, a certain person calling and saying, boy, that man working there. I know what's going on. I understand what's taking place in it. I understand my position in it. And I can't turn my back on what I am seeing in the public domain. Understand that.
My attention that the country. That's something that really bothers me. Real corruption in point 14. I need to know the extent of it. Well, you know, I thought a SAP alone has sheep of contract. It was brought to my knowledge that the whole PNM executive, which is located in any market, have sheep of contract. It was only brought to my attention that the current mayor, Mr. James, is the chairman on the executive committee.
Oh my God!
It was also brought to me he have a CPAP contract also, plus other things. So why all these iniquities happening under our MP Richard watch? It is also alleged and brought to my attention that the contractor that is building that completed the Fanny Village Primary School and building the fire station from Vancouver side brought a Prada for our MP, Mr. Richard, and it is hiding at the moment by some fat man. If this is true, these people not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member of Parliament for Point 14.
These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member of Parliament for Point 14. That we're going to have the swearing of 4 aldermen, as well as our mayor and deputy mayor.
That the whole PNM executive have CPAP contract. These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office. People not fit the whole office. The current mayor, Mr. James, is the chairman on the executive committee. It was also brought to me he have a CPAP contract also, plus other things. People not fit the whole office. People not fit the whole office.
Office of the Member of Parliament, Refuting. How may I help you?
Good morning. Can I speak to
Good afternoon.
Can I speak to Secretary Richards, please? Idas! Okay, Idas! 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 Yeah, you come here, call me and ask, right? Okay. Yep. But you cut down the fence, you cut it down and you come in. Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Office of the Member of Parliament, Refuting. How may I help you?
Good morning. Can I speak to
Afternoon.
Can I speak to Mr. Kennedy Richards, please?
Speak to who?
Kennedy Richards.
Mr. Richards, he's not in office at the moment.
Could you contact him and tell him his mother-in-law is on the land where I live in here and cussing me and getting on here and saying that Kennedy son-in-law, he can't do that. She not living here. I build a place here and she getting on here with me on the land here. She come throwing thing on the land. You can she throwing thing on the land.
Okay, ma'am. What is your name and number?
293-181 Kennedy. I Kennedy. 1821.
1821.
I Kennedy mother. I Edith on Delfish White man. I Kennedy mother-in-law sister.
What's your name, sorry?
Edith on Delfish Wise man.
Edith. Okay, alright.
Can I speak to Mahalia?
No, I just came in the office. Today's the military parade. Now walked into
because what she did, she cut down the fence and all. She cut down the fence and come in here.
Okay, alright. So as soon as the manager come, I will let her know, okay?
Okay.
Alright? Okay, thank you.
People not fit the whole office. People not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member of Parliament for Point 14.
Disclaimer. The content presented on the Workers' Rights 868 YouTube channel is intended for informational purposes only. The channel promotes freedom of expression and encourages questioning of allegations that are in the public domain. Any opinions, views, or statements expressed in the videos are those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the views of Workers' Rights 868.
Alleged persons mentioned in the content are invited to provide a rebuttal or clarification by contacting us at the following phone number, 333-176. We strive to maintain fairness and open dialogue, allowing all parties involved an opportunity to address any concerns or inaccuracies that may arise. Please note that the information shared on this channel does not constitute legal advice, and viewers are encouraged to seek professional advice for specific legal matters. Workers' Rights 868 does not endorse or condone any illegal activities, and the content is not intended to create a client-attorney relationship. Viewers are urged to use their discretion and critically assess the information presented.
Disclaimer. The content presented on the Workers' Rights 868 YouTube channel is intended for informational purposes only. The channel promotes freedom of expression and encourages questioning of allegations that are in the public domain. Any opinions, views, or statements expressed in the videos are those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the views of Workers' Rights 868.
Alleged persons mentioned in the content are invited to provide a rebuttal or clarification by contacting us at the following phone number, 333-176. We strive to maintain fairness and open dialogue, allowing all parties involved an opportunity to address any concerns or inaccuracies that may arise. Please note that the information shared on this channel does not constitute legal advice, and viewers are encouraged to seek professional advice for specific legal matters. Workers' Rights 868 does not endorse or condone any illegal activities, and the content is not intended to create a client-attorney relationship. Viewers are urged to use their discretion and critically assess the information presented.
Right, we are back. Now at this point in time, we are going to sign off. And we will be back again tomorrow as to divulge some of these information to you as to what is taking place within the public domain. So you could be more well informed as to what is taking place in your area. And we here on this platform is fighting for you, the people are point forth with no ulterior motive. That is why we are fighting. We are fighting for you to have a better point forth and by extension library. Again, my name is Refuting Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. And like, share, and subscribe. And people, subscribe to the platform and be a part of this fastest growing network. There are many people that we would have assisted that have job-related issues from a union perspective. We would have assisted many of you, and many of you could speak out concerning that. So without fear of favor and without fear of contradiction, we do what we do in the name of the people. And with that, I am